There is one question that can tell you whether someone has healed from their past relationship or whether they are still living in it. And it's not whether they have been divorced, it's not whether they have experienced heartbreak, it's how they answer when you ask them, so what happened? And I will share with you two common mistakes people make answering this. Their response tells you almost everything you need to know. And if you're dating after a breakup, divorce, or years of being single, there is something I really want you to understand. Your past does not speak for itself. You do. People think this conversation is about explaining what happened. It is not. It's about introducing the person you have become because of what happened. Your future partner is not experiencing your divorce or your heartbreak. They're experiencing you, the version of you those experiences created. I recently hosted one of my dating events, and one question came up several times. What do I say when someone asks why my last relationship ended? Most people think that's a communication question. I actually think it's an identity question, because underneath it is another question. If I tell them my story, will they judge me? And that fear is completely understandable. And here's what I learned, both from coaching clients and from my own life. And I'm twice divorced. I've had to learn how to talk about my own past without letting it define me. And that's exactly what I teach. Your past doesn't define you. What you have done with your past does. So ask yourself, did those experiences make you more self-aware? Did they teach you healthier boundaries? Did they help you become a better communicator? Or are they still keeping your heart closed? Because there is something I've noticed. One person talks about their past as something that shaped them. Another talks about it as something that is still happening to them. And people can feel that difference. Now, when it comes to talking about your past, I actually see two common mistakes. The first one is sharing too much too soon. People mistake emotional unloading for vulnerability. They tell every painful detail, hoping that honesty will create connection. Usually it does the opposite. But there is another mistake that needs to be mentioned. Some people barely share anything at all. Maybe they have been hurt, maybe trusting someone doesn't feel safe anymore, so they keep every conversation on the surface. They never let anybody into their emotional world. The problem is that real connection requires vulnerability, not emotional dumping, but not emotional hiding either. Healthy dating lives somewhere in the middle. You don't need to tell your whole life story on the first few dates, but you do need to slowly let someone see who you are. That's how trust is built. Before you talk about your past with someone else, ask yourself one question. Am I sharing from a place of peace or from a place of pain? Because if you're still looking for someone to validate your story or rescue you or agree with your version of what happened, there may still be healing to do. But if you can talk about your past with honesty, accountability, and gratitude for what you have learned, people feel that too. And that makes you more attractive. So if you're wondering how to actually answer the question, why did your last relationship end? Here's a very simple framework I'd recommend. Keep it to 3 parts. First, what happened? Keep it short, share the facts without blaming or complaining. Second, what did you learn from it? What wisdom did that relationship give you? And third, finally, how have you changed? How has this experience made you a healthier partner today? That's it. You're not trying to convince someone that you were right. You're showing them that you have reflected, grown, and become wiser because of what you have lived through. And if talking about your past still feels heavy, if it still fills you with anger, shame, or resentment, don't ignore that. See it as an invitation to heal. Because the healthier your relationship becomes with your own past, the healthier your future relationships can become. If that is something you would like help with, I'd love to support you. As always, you can learn more about working with me in the description below. But I truly hope this video had been helpful for you, and thank you for staying till the end.